to this B bomb site and try and take it clean. Frozen still alive towards the back boxes, and now they swarm into the site. Somebody in Zeta, though, able to find a frag apiece, leaving Karrigan all on his own. Nothing he can do. A little bit of a team kill coming in as well, but the two players trying to rotate in as the bomb goes down in a 4 versus 2. And how was that so clean for TYLOO?
That is a question that mousesports and Karrigan will be asking themselves, but this round isn't over just yet. Rop's still alive alongside Woxic. Plenty of ability between the two of them. Rops has already chipped in, but his compadre has gone down in amongst the ruckus, and he's going to be a laboured tapping duel.
Frozen and Karrigan with a huge job to do that. 1D has just forced TYLOO in towards this B-bomb site, and now the play comes through. Frozen with the spam, able to get the first, coming out with the second Deagle headshot from the coffins as well. And TYLOO, they just don't look like they know where to go now. Freeman and Attacker bailing out of the play with 10 seconds left on the clock. The round surely is over, as Freeman even going to go down to Rops at the very death of things. And Attacker, nothing he can do with the AK-47.
And getting this planted down, and Karrigan needs to wait for the rest of his team to arrive. He actually goes out there prematurely, does drop Zeta in the process, goes back in for seconds, and for thirds, Karrigan leading by example with the AK-47, and only Summer remains with a measly 20 HP. And it won't be happening for him. Chris J being pressured, being pivoted on, but he comes out swinging with the MAC-10. Plenty of damage has been done. Woxic missing all the bullets, and Summer and somebody both chipping in with 2, but this is where the superior firepower will rise to the top.
And they're just taking that top banana control, but they're getting picked apart. Woxic has found another one with Rops. So advanced in the apartments here. Freeman doesn't expect it. He's taken out. And Zeta and Attacker, they've got to try and take this B bomb site all alone in the 5-on-2. They're slowly creeping their way in, but are they going to expect this boosted angle from Karrigan as the push starts to come? They're slowly jiggle peeking every possible angle. Attacker is going to find the first, but the trades are immediate. Frozen, then Woxic.
And I love this play from Karrigan. He decides, let's just go straight up and meet the T's where they live and try and evict them. Opposite sides of the site. Smoke's being tossed down into ruins. Chris J now taking the inroads, trying to regain what was once theirs, trying to cultivate the clutch, but Summer says no. Smoked off on the coffins, but he's allowed the opportunity to start to make a move around the side. Meanwhile, his teammate's gone down, and mousesports will be successful with the retake after all. It's a valiant attempt for TYLOO. He has been lost at sea, and Freeman is capsizing time and time again. Still yet to get a single kill on the board as we move into round 8. Is that sad statistic going to continue, or can he change his fortunes round? Attacker, next player to fall. It's all been mousesports. Remember, TYLOO won the pistol. Since then, one-way traffic, and mousesports barreling down the freeway, out of control. Freeman 007.
The AWP can be the catalyst as well, as once again, mousesports, they want this banana control. And Karrigan, he's heard the footsteps with the flash. That's good, and somebody will capitalize. Somebody actually going to find the quick double kill, as Woxic, perhaps a little bit too keen to peek down banana and support his IGL, gets taken out, and now Frozen with a huge job to do. Able to find the first, and the damage is significant onto Attacker, but there's so much support, and Zeta.
Bait, but at this moment, they're now hearing the footsteps. They're hearing the players drop, and Rops picking up the frag onto somebody lets them know exactly what's coming up, but Rops is going to get caught in transition from the boiler playing Summer. They still haven't fully committed to the site, but now they're going to go for it into the arms of Chris J's SG, and he keeps landing headshots. Only Freeman stands between TYLOO and another round loss. It could be double digits for mousesports. He has to retrieve the bomb, and in the process of doing it, he does land a leg shot onto somebody, but not the outright frag. And now with the flashbangs, Frozen has to fall back to the site, allowing the T's to push him. But be careful what you wish for, TYLOO. There is some help from Chris J to be found lurking around coffins. Rops actually backs outside the smoke. On the fadeaway, connects the headshot to somebody, which drops the bomb down in an awkward position. Rob's now going to be pushing through the Molotov and smoke, relocating to take a more forward angle. And now the situation is pretty much turned. It's TYLOO that have to now try and play a bit more defensively and wait for the oncoming CTs. Woxic shows too much, and he's dealt with by Attacker. And now it's all on Rops. Last seen around ruins. Can he pull off the 1v2?
Holding his angle, holding his nerve, making absolutely no noise towards banana, but he can't find anything at all. Attacker with us. They could be perfectly set to stop this one.
It just seems like death by indecision from TYLOO so many times. They get into these good positions, as you highlight, and then they slow down to a stroll, to a crawl. and mousesports just execute them on the approach time after time. Now the crossfire's been established, and there's no hope. There's no way. TYLOO have been thwarted once again.
This one, Zeta, going to be smoked off, has to try and relocate, but over the top of all of them will be able to take out Frozen. Woxic with a 1v3 and AK-47, and nothing he can do. 11-4, TYLOO. Bomb going to make its way back through the library and look to reapply the pressure onto Freeman and Attacker, but Attacker with a quick headshot, able to take down Rops, and this is good for TYLOO so far. Attacker with another, and Freeman finds one more. Woxic all on his own on the bomb site, absolutely trapped in, and that is more like it from TYLOO. The aim of the individuals just showing through, and it almost looks too easy. It looks like a completely different team as Freeman finishes things off.
Rounds in a row.
Firepower starting to come through, though. Attacker with a quick double before he's traded out. The M4A4 making it work. Finally, Frozen able to take him down, but it is Woxic, and it is Frozen up on top of the graveyard looking for the shot, but Summer rips his head clean off, and Woxic on the Deagle, needing a 1v3, finds the first, knows Freeman's position, but there's still the unknown factor. Zeta looking to make the rotation. Woxic onto the UMP, gets the second, and Zeta in the 1v1. Woxic needs the headshot, and he'll get it as well. Woxic with the 1v3, and the A-bomb site is held strong by mousesports, and that Frozen's going to wander his way in. Somebody with a nade out gets caught in no man's land, and that's an easy frag. That's going to loop into CT. Summer at least able to find one in response, gets tagged by the AWP of Woxic, and he's got to try and stay alive, but nothing he can do. Woxic with the wall bang, and the rotation's looking to be cut out by Rops as he's going to go straight through the smoke and hope that he catches a timing. We saw this in the last game as well, but Hats couldn't quite find it. Frozen grabs the first on the Krieg, and at range he's just looking to take all the advantages he can get over these M4s. Spots out the second player. Rops not quite able to find the backstab, so still a 2-on-2, but with Woxic on that AWP, trained in towards CT, and just the one smoke left for the CT side. How do they get into this one? Woxic with the first, and the last man alive, Attacker, trades 1-for-1, spots out Frozen, but can't quite find it. Mousesports will have map point. Kind of just swarmed all around them. They've gone straight past the CT defense and into this A bomb site, so Freeman with a huge job to do. Nothing he can find. Attacker desperate to get aggressive, but Chris J will help himself to a second. And the CT side, you saw what they were trying to get done with the aggression, but they had nobody there to cover their backs. So mousesports get a free bomb site. And at 15-5, TYLOO, they've got to try and go for this one, but Frozen is already in position to cut it out. He'll get the spray down onto the first. Zeta at least able to trade on that scout, but still a 3 versus 2 for somebody in Zeta as the Krieg is recovered. So TYLOO, they're not out of this one yet, but they got to start winning some aim duels as Carrigan takes down somebody, and Zeta's cleaned up. 16-5 the scoreline. And man, oh man, mousesports, they just make it. On the T side of things as the push starts to come in from Frozen. Zeta, that's a lovely flashbang, and finally some frags going to come through. Somebody looking to back him up and hitting some heads as once again TYLOO doing the work in the pistol round. A 3v2 now, and mousesports with a P250 and a Glock to try and make it happen. Chris J taking yet more tags. A one tap to the head from Summer leaves Chris J completely isolated. He's at least going to find one more. The dink and the follow through coming through onto somebody, and a hectic start to say the least, but a 1v2 for Chris J to contend with.
It's going to be at that range as well. The exact same position where Summer connected the one tap onto Long. He is sat again, and it's the same outcome. It's firmly between the teeth, and they are looking to push on to B. 2 players strong. It's a bastion. It's a real fortress of a site to take, but now Attacker. A lot of teams will go for this. Now somebody going to start to move on catwalk, and he may even go for the knife. No, he decides against it. Carrigan is a dead man, whichever way you spin it. And everybody's showing up. I said Summer needed to find some frags. He's 7-1 at the moment as somebody just cleans things. That will just tear heads apart as mousesports look to plan this execute. Dropping down into CT, looking to catch somebody off guard, but he's there and he's able to find the frag. Traded immediately by Rops to bring us back onto the 4-on-4, but it's a nice adjustment by Summer to find even more damage. Yet to find the frag, but so much damage done. 20 HP between Rops and Chris J, and mousesports, they're trying to make their way in towards B. Finally, Frozen opens things up with the 1-dig, and Summer in a desperate position to try and recover. Traded 1-for-1 and 3-on-2 now. Zeta and Attacker. That's a tag through the door as Woxic makes the transfer, but he's managed to pick up an M4 in the meanwhile. And can they get back into the org in the hands of Woxic? But so little HP to work with. Attacker swings, manages to keep his head hidden. Finally, the frags come through, and it will be mousesports. Play by TYLOO, and somebody wants to get aggressive off the back of it. Frozen with the timing. Oh, he just looks the wrong way. Somebody even spots the bomb as he finds that frag, and Zeta helps himself to another, taking apart Woxic for mousesports. And now it looked good for Mouse. They'd found the refrag, they had the opportunity, but Zeta really starting to come into his own on the AWP, finds his 3rd frag of the round, and Rops before. You can see that Summer's gone up through the T spawn, so he's got some information
from the B tunnels as Summer at least gets a 1D onto Frozen to try and open things up. Karrigan steadies the ship with another onto Attacker, but the trades are still coming through. Somebody able to take down Karrigan, and Summer sneaking through the smoke finds another isolated on the bomb site. He's got Chris J as well, and Rops, he was all the way over towards the B bomb site but a moment ago and with 18 HP.
When they know that Zeta is over in a very unorthodox position with control, they're giving up catwalk by and large, but now Karrigan's going to get tested, and he passes with flying colours as he passes a bullet between the eyes of Attacker. Somebody, though, is holding the line with his orb. 2 kills to his name, narrowly missing out on a third, but he's going to get pushed by 2 sides. He's still alive, he's still kicking, and he has batted down mousesports. A solo effort from Wolfie on their CT side.
They've been incredible. It's been a complete change-up. Nice flashbang through. Chris J able to trade 1-for-1, but not expecting the second player in the form of Attacker. And with that bomb down towards Long as well, all Attacker has to do is stay alive, but he'll help himself to another frag. Frozen, the unfortunate soul who wanders into his crosshairs, as Karrigan only able to get 1 jumping down into CT, leaving Woxic with a 1 versus 3. I liked his first on Inferno, but he's not going to be getting it this time. Attacker quickly puts an end to things. Aggressive here on Mike Cat. Woxic with a nade out. So much damage. A 3-man collat as he tags up 2, and the nade will follow through. Summer gets the second, but now the flank from Karrigan comes in, and a quick double on the B bomb site opens things up. Karrigan helps himself to a triple, and TYLOO falling apart at the seams as the bomb is finally going to make its way in. The Molotov keeping Rops at bay for so long. But how has this retake come about? Frozen and Karrigan finish things off.
Round their mousesports likely will just cruise to an 8-7 deficit. Nade starting to connect on the back of the site. Karrigan trading out frags. Attacker comes straight up and is going to be able to get the 2 kills, but Woxic from the car.
Thinking about going straight through this smoke, it's going to be all about the timing if he does. Freeman up close and personal with the MP9 can do some damage. Dinks coming through all over the shop, but Chris J still finding frags, and this is just a timing game. Rops is going to get Freeman, and although somebody in Attacker will absolutely go for this retake of the B bomb site, it is looking nigh on impossible.
It certainly is, but last round of the half, they're going to be going in for this. Frozen will gobble up the freebie onto Attacker, and it's going to be more carnage, and it will end the way of mousesports. There's a lot of flirtation, but not much that came of it. Just Frozen losing his life, and now Woxic going to take some speculative shots through middle before he backs away. Another big storyline is he didn't really have any impact in that first half, but they always have that ace up the sleeve. If he turns on and wakes up with the orb, things could get sketchy for TYLOO. They're going to look to try and take the site. Karrigan holding the line, holding this on his back, and now Chris J is joining the fray with his USP at range, is tapping, clicking some heads off. Woxic now next up to the plate, and it's only Freeman that stands between them and their first pistol round of this best of 3. 23 seconds to play with. Freeman trying to use the USP against them, but it's Rops that connects the dots. And it's going to be 8
MP9 scouts and a couple of rifles. Then it really starts to fall apart for TYLOO as Mouse. They're going to go fast towards short. They're going to try and catch Freeman off guard, and they will achieve it. Frozen finds a second as well. That's 2 Kriegs lost near enough immediately as the round falls apart as soon as it began for TYLOO. Summer, the next one to try and recover things from mid, but Chris J's going to find him straight through the smoke.
Kill, take these weapons away from TYLOO, but he's having a whiff. He finally salvages it all. We'll just pretend the first 5 bullets never happened, Robs, don't worry, no one saw that. And now Zeta with his AWP is unsure as to what his options really are. He's got a minute left. At the very least, he can try and strangle a couple of players on his way out, I suppose, at range. Tries to flick across to Woxic, but he's going to double
because the A hit starts to come in. Woxic still on that scout, only able to find a tag as the push comes through. Chris J still not cleared in Goose. Oh man, he whisks the spray though, and he can't get anything at all. That was awful. He had to find those frags. Those were 2 absolute... You do wonder if it's when he puts that bomb down and the head just goes, and from behind, sometimes you can't quite see it. DT putting even more pressure on Woxic. In the meanwhile, the support trying to come in as Woxic finds the first, still stuck on the angle towards the A-ramp. Attacker still in the elevator, able to find one more, but Woxic, he lives. He finds himself a second, still scoped in, finally taken out. Summer gets the frag, and Frozen with it all to do from A-long. The rotation from Rops is so slow.
Freeman comes out. He's going to prioritize the diffuser first, and to make matters worse, Rops is dropped down, and that's the round that goes with him into the abyss. Freeman chases, gives charge. They want to take all these guns away. mousesports have more than enough finances to support a rebuy, but TYLOO.
But with the AWP absolutely trained on his position and even the shoulder peak spotting him out, he's got to find the frag and he'll do so. Somebody on low HP, so Rops gets a second, looking for more. He's going out of the window to find these frags. Rops with a third, and Summer sneaking onto this bomb site has got to do it all alone. No.
But time itself is becoming an enemy. Time itself is a nuisance. He tries to dry peek it, and Rops on fine form connects another one. His four
hit their way up towards short, and with Frozen there, he just shoulder peeks that angle. Attacker tries to go straight through the Molotov, but that's an easy enough frag to find, and as the nades follow suit, the damage is done for TYLOO in this round. 5 on 3 with just 2 Deagles and a scout remaining, and what little utility they have starting to burn dry. The CT side hold at the moment looking strong as a missed run boost comes out. You can see what they were trying to go for there, and they're going to give it another crack. Second time a charm perhaps, and indeed Zeta is going to make his way past, but it's just going to feed Carrigan. That's all too simple. Summer getting the reload in on the Deagle as Carrigan goes straight through with a pistol. Can't quite find it, but Merc's out, and that gives them some time. The flank starting to come in from Chris J. Woxic knows he's got to buy as much time as possible. The Molotovs, the nades, everything being thrown to allow this flank from Chris J to come through. Zeta executed out towards the pit. And now a 3 on 3, and look at this from TYLOO. They don't know where to look. Robs gets a second through the edge of the smoke onto Summer. Woxic not quite able to hit the shot and gives TYLOO their lifeline back in a 2 on 2 as the Molotov goes deep, and that might just burn Freeman alive. Chris J takes advantage. Somebody has got to play the range game here. The bomb planted for him, and perhaps he can find a frag as Chris J just toys with his own Molotov. Smoke goes in. Molly to try and push him off it, but that's not going to work at all. Rops will find the final frag, and mousesports, they have map, and indeed they have series point 50.
As you say, the final curtain starting to come down. Will TYLOO jump out? Do they have that second wind? Is the adrenaline going to spike, or are they going to be laid to rest by Frozen? The Undertaker himself rises up and smites down TYLOO, and now somebody has got to somehow get them out of this predicament. It's a good tap onto Chris J. His position now compromised. 23 seconds to go. Bomb down in an awkward position. And to boot, there's a flank coming in from Carrigan. If somebody doesn't get a move onto the site, this should be all over. He's trying the off angles. He's trying every trick up his sleeve. But Woxic is still going to put him down with authority. And mousesports will take this matchup 2-0 in the end. It was labored. They get it done. We're going to break down all the action after this break.